Center in Los Angeles. This is Kcal 9 News at 9.
Now at 9, new explosions in northern Ukraine as Russians continue their assault on innocent civilians. And tonight, some American citizens are ignoring warnings to stay away. They want to join the fight against Russia.
And back here at home, the driver who slammed into a Long Beach apartment, killing a father and child, remains on the loose. But tonight, we're learning new information about what he was doing before the crash.
And winter storm warnings for parts of the Southland tonight. We are live in our local mountains where skiers and snowboarders are excited for the fresh snow. Welcome to Kcal 9 News at 9, and we're streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Pat Harvey.
And I'm Juan Fernandez. The Russian invasion of Ukraine is now bearing down in its second week.
Yes, fighting is raging across the country, destroying cities, neighborhoods, and lives in its path. A large explosion lit up the night sky in Chernihiv in northern Ukraine as Russia pressed on with this assault. A Russian air raid caused widespread devastation in a village near Kyiv last night. And the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine is calling Russia's attack on a nuclear plant a war crime.
The Russians briefly setting the plant on fire in that attack, raising fears of a nuclear disaster. Kcal 9's Tom Wade is here now with the very latest. Tom.
Well, as you're both reporting, the suffering by the Ukrainians at the hands of the Russians is just unimaginable. It continues hour by hour. The night attack on the facility sparked fears of a nuclear disaster that Ukrainian officials warned could be 10 times larger than Chernobyl. The good news is tonight there is no reports of spikes in radiation, but overall the attacks are getting even more brutal, and NATO says the Russians are using cluster bombs, which are against international law. New chilling video from inside the control room of Europe's largest nuclear power plant in Ukraine, while it's under attack from Russia's military. Over the PA system, workers frantically called out, "Stop shooting immediately. You threaten the security of the whole world." Outside, the fire raged, and video after shows the damage, including what looks like a shell casing. President Volodymyr Zelensky called the attack terror on an unprecedented level. Russian tanks knew what they were firing at, he said, directly aiming at the station. U.S. officials say the world only narrowly avoided a nuclear catastrophe. After a slow start, the Russian invasion is now bearing down with fighting that is raging across the country, destroying cities, neighborhoods, and lives in its path. A massive explosion late Friday night in Chernihiv, north of the capital Kyiv, and residential areas were leveled after days of Russian shelling. "This is a nightmare," she says. "How is this possible?" A woman cries. "Just look at this." South to the besieged port city of Mariupol, where paramedics scramble to save the lives of civilian victims caught up in days of heavy fighting. A father weeps over the body of his 16-year-old son. Today, the NATO Secretary General accused Russian military of using banned weapons.
We have seen the use of cluster bombs, which will be in violation of international law.
Aid groups from Southern California are on the ground in Ukraine trying to help.
The situation inside Ukraine is incredibly dire.
Margaret Traub is with the International Medical Corps based in LA. They have a team of medical professionals like doctors, nurses, psychiatrists, all on the ground trying to help.
I think the random and indiscriminate bombings that people are seeing, where our own staff in Ukraine, we had about 30 staff in Ukraine before the hostilities broke out. And so these are people who are Ukrainian. These are people who are doing this work, but also have their own family.